Whoa, 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 very nice.
I was so confused for a second.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is
That
it.
was footage from surveillance cameras at the station. The death of one of the FBI agents is captured on here.
Ray Penber passing the ticket gate on his way in, then him boarding the train, and finally the part where he dies on the platform.
He's thorough.
He boards a train on the Yamanote line, and at 4:42 p.m. he exits the train at Tokyo Station and dies on the platform.
It's quite strange, don't you think? And we know that Ray Penber got on the train, and then an hour and a half later he got off and died on the platform. But the Yamanote line only takes an hour to complete its circuit. And more importantly, there's the envelope.
He is on to Light.
Light is such an idiot, man.
He's holding what looks like an envelope when he passes through the ticket gate.
You're right. It's there under his arm. But in the footage right before his death, it's gone. I can't believe you actually caught that.
That is incredible.
Well, I don't see an envelope on this list of his personal effects.
Which means it was left on the train. And if you watch closely at the very end here, it seems like he's straining to look inside the train before the doors close.
That's
Right here.
crazy,
It'd be
bro.
interesting if Kira was on that train.
That's impossible.
I admit I find it hard to believe as well. There's no reason for Kira to come to the scene of his own crime when he can kill from a distance.
That's
Well,
true.
Maybe he was counting
But the
on us to make
envelope-
that assumption and figured he could get away with such a bold move.
Insanely bold move. And that CCTV footage is absolutely incredible. We don't even have that in today's world.
You're right about that.
You haven't stopped writing criminals' names in the death note for 4 days straight. I don't see the point in writing these names weeks in advance.
Consider it insurance. Suppose the son of the detective superintendent of the NPA was hospitalized. If criminals stopped dying at the same time, it wouldn't be difficult to connect the two.
So that's what this is.
Are you sure that I can use any date as long as it's before the end of a person's predetermined lifespan?
Well, I can't guarantee it because we Shinigami don't normally work that way. But I suppose any time before the end of their lifespan should work.
I really can't count on you, can I?
You got that right.
He's so funny. Also, I really want to know who created the death note.
Me too.
It's Yukita at the NPA. He says he's on the phone with someone from the tip line who has information for us.
Right. Then give Yukita the number for line 5 and ask him to have the informant call that line instead. It'll be safer that way.
Informant?
Yes, this is Suzuki, head of Kira's Investigation Public Information Division. Ray Penber's fiancée.
No way!
Naomi Misora. I've heard that name.
She's alive.
So it's her. She's from the Los Angeles baby murder case. That's right. I guess she must have come to Japan with her fiancé.
Oh my god, Light's a moron for this. This narrows everything down so much.
Well, apparently she's been missing since the day after her fiancé died.
I'm sure that anyone in her situation would be pretty depressed.
Was it suicide?
Man, I got excited. I thought she was on the phone.
No, the Naomi Misora I knew was strong. It's more likely she'd be trying to catch Kira. It appears she came to Japan with Penber. It's possible that she may have found a lead. If that's the case, did Kira manage to get to her first?
Yes, he's on the right track.
At this point, I'd like to focus our investigation on only those people who Ray Penber was tailing. In particular, he was assigned to 2 police officers and those closest to him. Deputy
Whoa.
Director Kitamura, along with Detective Superintendent Yagami and their families.
Oh my
Damn.
goodness.
To place wiretaps and surveillance cameras in both households.
I have to make sure there's no evidence left on this computer, just in case someone goes through it. Now I just have to hide these clippings from the death note in here. Surveillance cameras?
I don't see how you could even consider this. If this got out, we'd have a civil rights scandal on our hands. We'd all lose our jobs.
You told me you'd be willing to risk your lives for this investigation, but you wouldn't risk your jobs?
What are the odds that Kid is in one of those households?
Actually, very high.
Maybe 10%. No, it's closer to 5%.
Seriously? I'm sorry, but it's not worth the risk.
No. Of all the people we've investigated so far, not one of them seemed even the least bit suspicious. Even if there's only a 1% chance, we simply can't afford to ignore it.
He's right about that.
I don't have to tell you how offended I am to learn my family is under suspicion. Having said that, just go ahead with it. And make sure you install them everywhere. I don't want any blind spots in the house, and that includes the bathroom.
Come on, Chief. You don't have to agree to this.
You have a wife and daughter at home, don't you?
But there is no point in doing any of this if we can't be thorough. Now I suggest you keep quiet.
As Mr. Yagami, the wife and daughter, they can't be the ones whatsoever. It has to be the son.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Isn't that so obvious as a father? I don't know.
I think he's noticed that Light is acting a little bit strange lately.
What? No one's home yet. I'm home.
He's completely unaware of the cameras.
This is insane. He noticed something was wrong.
I don't think anyone else is in the house right now. Do you want to play some video games? You listening?
I think Ryuka's gonna warn him.
I don't believe it. I never knew he went to such great lengths. What could he be hiding in there that he doesn't want anyone else to see?
He freaking knows for sure now.
For a 17-year-old kid, I wouldn't say this kind of behavior is particularly abnormal. When I was his age, I did strange things too.
Light, don't ignore me when I'm talking to you. We're all getting mad.
It doesn't look like these coals have been bugged. I think we're safe. Listen to me. There's a very strong possibility that there are wiretaps and maybe surveillance cameras hidden throughout my house.
Really? But that piece of paper was still in your door, wasn't it?
That's true, but I left the paper in the door in a way that it would be obvious to anyone entering the room. The real test is the handle. When that door is closed, the door handle automatically returns to a horizontal position and it won't go any higher than that. But whenever I close the door, I adjust it slightly. Instead of letting it sit horizontally, I lower it by about 5 millimeters.
Oh my god,
When
this
it goes all the way
kid.
up, I can be fairly certain that someone was in my room.
He's so paranoid, but for good reason.
That method alone doesn't tell me if my door was actually opened. So I put a mechanical pencil lead in place as well. It goes on the hinge. After I close the door, I take the pencil lead and rest it on the hinge in such a way that it will break if the door happens to be opened by anyone. When I got home from school today, I noticed that the pencil lead was broken. First the door handle, then the lead. I know someone was in there today.
I love how he has like 3 contingency plans on figuring out someone went in his room.
He has 3 contingencies right at the door.
Yeah.
Are you buying a book about wiretaps and surveillance so you can figure this mess out?
By the way, Ryuk, what about your apples?
That's right, surveillance cameras. Once the apple's in my mouth, no one can see it. But while I'm holding it, it looks like it's floating.
I thought so. You told me that Shinigami can't die, so I guess it won't kill you to stop eating apples for a while.
Don't you think that's a bit much? Come on.
Just feed it to him outside of the house.
Apples are to me what cigarettes and alcohol are to humans. I even get withdrawal symptoms.
What kind of symptoms?
My body gets all twisted. I do handstands. It's not pretty.
I don't need to see that. Unfortunately, I already gave Elle the hint that Shinigami love apples, so I just can't afford to take the risk.
Oh yeah.
It's so important for you to eat apples. You'll have to find out where all the cameras are hidden. You might find a blind spot where you can eat them without being seen. All right, let's go.
Yeah, a camera search.
He's blackmailing Ryuk.
It's incredible how much of a genius he is.
Whoa, 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 very nice.
I was so confused for a second.
Oh, I have to find the cameras.
I can't believe my son is looking at those magazines.
It's normal for a 17-year-old, but it seems contrived. It's too obvious. The only reason he didn't want anyone in his room was because he had these magazines. That's what he wants us to think.
Hey, are you honestly telling me that you suspect him?
He's looking at those magazines on purpose.
Yeah, to throw off Elle.
I do suspect him. That's why I placed wiretaps and surveillance cameras in your house and the deputy director's house.
I found a camera in the air conditioner.
So they really put cameras in here. They must have bugged the place as well. Even if this is the Kira case, I didn't think the Japanese police would ever go this far, which means they've narrowed down their list of suspects. By now, they must have figured out that it was someone who Ray Pember was investigating, or they wouldn't have gone to all this trouble.
I've never seen an anime that didn't have some sort of sexy magazine in it.
That's so true.
No. Given the situation, it's safer if I just assume I'm their prime suspect and the only one being watched. Luckily, I prepared for this kind of situation.
Oh, Light.
Why does his dad act like he's never looked at those kinds of magazines when he was younger?
If you only knew what despicable things Light was actually doing.
Hello, Mr. Aizawa. Are the Kitamuras watching television now?
Yes. He's not home, but the other 4 are watching while they eat dinner. It's Channel 4.
Watari, please contact the broadcasters and tell them to play our message.
Very well.
Oh my gosh.
What's this? ICPO? They're saying that in response to the Kira murders, Interpol has decided to dispatch a force of 1,500 investigators to Japan. The investigators were drawn from the law enforcement agencies of its member nations. 1,500 investigators?
He can't react at all.
Chances are they've got cameras in the living room as well. Regardless of whether this news is real or not, it's obvious they're just trying to evoke reaction from me.
Good
This
thinking,
is the exact
Madison.
same trick he used last time. The ICPO sure is stupid. I mean, there's no point in making this announcement. If they're gonna send all these people here to investigate, shouldn't they keep it a secret? Even the FBI agents who were secretly investigating were killed by Kira. Why would this be any different? If you ask me, this is nothing more than a desperate attempt to shock Kira in the hopes that he'll reveal himself somehow.
I feel like he just revealed himself.
He's talking a lot.
Your son's clever, isn't he?
Well, yes.
Thanks for dinner, Mom.
You're eating a bag of chips? You just had dinner.
It's a late night snack for studying.
I think that's it, Light. I found every camera they put in the house.
He's going through
I
withdrawals.
guess Shinigami get tired when they work hard. Now let me explain where they all are. I counted
That is
64
a
in
million
total.
cameras.
I guess whoever put them here expected
Holy
you to at least
shit.
find some of them.
That's crazy.
It has to be L. It's pretty clear he doesn't know any limits.
What I want to know is how am I going to be able to eat apples?
Obviously, that's impossible now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I guess you can't talk in here. But we'd better discuss this outside tomorrow.
Judging by the number of cameras he's planted, he's planning to make a decision within a short period of time. Any normal person would slip under these circumstances, but it won't be that easy with me, L.
It's a good thing he put his insurance policy in.
This is the closest you get.
That was so dramatic.
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
I don't
Set things
know.
up so the criminals will continue to die over the next 3 weeks. Elle is aware by now that Kira can control the times of death of his victims. Therefore, to avoid suspicion, Elle needs to see that criminals whose names are being broadcast continue to die while I have no access to that information.
Oh, the symptoms are starting!
Oh no, he's doing his handstand.
Elle,
Oh, so he's pre-planning the deaths so that he doesn't get caught in here, right?
He had already pre-planned them.
with Ryuk's information and my preparations, I can continue to kill criminals whose names are broadcast on the news while masquerading as a typical high school student studying for his entrance exams.
Oh,
Just wait,
shoot.
I'll solve equations with my right hand and write names with my left.
Wait, how?
Take a potato chip and eat it.
So what was inside of that bag?
It looks like a little TV or some kind of iPad or something that he's watching the news from.
After dinner, your son just goes back to studying without turning on the TV or his computer.
It's because the entrance exams are 5 days away.
Now, a criminal who I should have no knowledge of will die of a heart attack in 40 seconds. And the witness to my alibi is L himself.
Dang. Freaking genius.
How did they not put a camera like looking straight down on his desk or something?
They did. There was 4 of them on the ceiling like that.
Ryuzaki, a few minutes ago, a bank clerk being questioned on suspicion of embezzlement and a purse snatcher being held in a detention center were broadcast on the news. They both just died of sudden, inexplicable heart attacks.
While all that was happening at your home, your wife and daughter were watching television. When that was over, they turned the TV off and didn't watch anything afterwards. From just past 7:30 until now, 11 o'clock, your son's done nothing but study. Kira needs a name and a face. Without those, he can't kill. So I suppose anyone who didn't watch the news can't be Kira, right? It doesn't
Right.
make sense that Kira would kill 2 petty criminals right after their identities were broadcast. I know it's only the first day after the cameras were installed, but the Yagami household seems almost too innocent to me.
Damn, he has that gut feeling.
Light, are you up yet? Today's garbage day, so if you've got any, bring it down with you, okay?
What a pain.
What are you talking about? You usually say there's no need to remind me, Mom.
Oh, Ella's gonna go through the trash, isn't he?
You might be right about that.
Another beautiful day.
Well, didn't that mini LCD TV cost you $400?
And he just threw it out.
Wait a second, that's so dumb because now they can look at his bank statements and see that he's spending all this crazy money on stuff. Or they could dig through the trash like you said. Whichever situation is going to occur, it seems like Elle definitely has a feeling that something is going on in Mr. Yagami's household. But what's actually really confusing to me is how is he splitting his attention between all of the family members individually in the house and also Mr. Yagami who's sitting right next to him. That being said, what did you think of this episode, Madison?
I really liked this episode like I have every single one so far, but my only question is how did Light watch that little LCD screen and then also hear the news? Aren't there mics in his room picking up on everything that's going on? And I don't think he was wearing like a headphone to be able to hear it. So that part seems like a little bit of a stretch to me, but other than that, this kid is incredible in the most sinister way possible.
Well, that's something I didn't think about, and I do agree that Light is actually incredible in the most sinister way possible, but I think Elle is even more incredible than Light, and we're just gonna have to see who gets to who first on the next exciting episode. With that all being said, we'll see you guys on the next exciting reaction. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Stay tuned, and peace out.
Bye!